Meghan Markle has done it again. Our Duchess of Reinvention has re-entered her favorite royal role, the entrepreneurial aristocrat who definitely doesn't need the monarchy, except when it's time to design the logo. Yes, she's officially using her royal cipher, complete with an actual crown, to sell candles and fruit spread. You know, because nothing says independence quite like monetizing the monarchy you supposedly escaped. Picture it, Meghan, sitting in her Montecito beige kingdom, part home office, part Pinterest board, part museum of self-importance, hunched over her laptop in perfect lighting. On her desk, a $64 candle, a gold-embossed notebook, and her royal cipher, that letter M, wearing a teeny little crown like it's auditioning for the Crown, Stationery Edition. It's a logo that practically screams, "Remember when I mattered?" That monogram, born back in 2018 during her Duchess era, has now been resurrected for commercial use. Because quitting royal duties apparently doesn't mean quitting royal branding. The new, as ever, clip dropped on Instagram like it was a Buckingham Palace announcement, except instead of corgis and tradition, we got a $64 candle promising the freshness of the English countryside. Which is hilarious, given that Meghan hasn't lived in the English countryside since she fled it in 2020, presumably for air that smelled less like scandal. Naturally, she claims this new product line is inspired by her cherished memories of her 2018 wedding. Because nothing says cherished memory like putting your vows on a price tag. The internet saw right through it. Another example of Meghan slapping her royal cipher on anything that doesn't move, wrote one fan. Another snarked, "Hard to sell a $64 candle unless it smells like Buckingham Palace." Translation: no crown, no cash. Of course, this isn't Meghan's first offense in the "if it's royal, brand it" department. She's been sending out embossed stationery to influencers and authors, as though she's still writing from Frogmore Cottage rather than a Montecito mansion. She even had a gold signet ring engraved with her joint cipher H and M beneath a coronet, as if reminding the world that her marriage license doubles as a marketing plan. And now comes the As Ever Christmas collection, a name that sounds less like a brand and more like a breakup text. The line includes 2 candles, one for her wedding date, one for her birthday, an $89 bottle of Napa Valley Brut, and a $42 set of fruit spreads. Because nothing says luxury quite like royal raspberry jam. But the real treat? The whole aesthetic is a royal déjà vu. Every font, color, and website layout seems suspiciously borrowed from Highgrove Gardens, King Charles's own lifestyle brand. Internet sleuths called it a copy-and-paste coronation. One critic joked that if this were a design school project, Meghan would have flunked for plagiarism. Even the logo screams Control+C, Control+Royal. 2 dainty birds, a tree, a touch of gold, all whispering. I googled, what does posh look like? It's almost endearing, really, how confidently she assumes Americans won't notice she basically cloned her father-in-law's business. Except, of course, Highgrove donates all its profits to charity, while As Ever donates directly to Meghan's Montecito mortgage. It's as if she looked at a noble cause and thought, cute, but what if it paid me instead? Social media didn't disappoint. She's basically selling Highgrove on Temu. One user laughed. Another added, old money builds legacy, new money sells jam. Someone else quipped, at this point, even her toilet paper probably has the cipher on it. And really, can you blame them? There's something hilariously tone-deaf about the woman who accused the monarchy of racism now printing royal crowns on marmalade jars. For someone who claimed she wanted freedom, Meghan sure seems allergic to letting go. She clings to that little crowned M like it's a platinum credit card. Even her earlier confession that she never travels without a candle has aged like day-old tea. Turns out it wasn't a quirky personal habit, it was product placement in disguise. Meghan wasn't sharing a fun fact, she was soft-launching her merch line. The audacity? Unmatched. The foresight? Almost admirable. At a recent event, she even waxed poetic about how the smell of mulling spices makes her home feel cozy and welcoming. And wouldn't you know it, As Ever now sells mulling spices. Subtlety clearly left the group chat. At this point, Meghan's basically running a one-woman QVC segment, except with better lighting and the occasional link in bio wink. But let's be real, this isn't just about branding. It's about identity. Meghan's as ever brand looks less like an evolution and more like a relapse. It's Highgrove without the heritage, Goop without the vision, and Buckingham Palace without the class. The products aren't luxury, they're cosplay. Everything about it feels mass-produced, overglossed, and underwhelming, as if the vibe board said, expensive, but make it Etsy. Even her defenders are running out of excuses. But her candles are cheaper than Highgrove's, they say, except, awkwardly, they're not. As ever, candles actually cost more. Apparently, the royal markup applies even after abdication. Meghan was told not to profit from her titles, yet somehow every project she launches smells faintly of palace corridors and self-importance. The irony is almost Shakespearean. The very institution she condemned is now her entire business model. Without that crown, she's just another ex-actress with a side hustle. With it, she's a brand, albeit one in crisis. As ever isn't so much a company as it is a personality complex packaged in beige. Meanwhile, King Charles is out here funding gardens and community projects, while Meghan is selling jam and nostalgia. He donates to charity, she donates to herself. It's the royal version of copy my homework but change a few words. In the end, Meghan Markle hasn't evolved past the crown, she's just rebranded it. Every project, every product, every polished photo op circles back to the same gleaming symbol she swore off. She escaped the palace, yes, but apparently not the palace aesthetic. And for someone so desperate to prove she doesn't need the monarchy, she sure can't seem to sell a candle without a crown on it. So yes, Meghan's cashing in, but this time, the currency isn't fame or money. It's credibility. And like her $64 candle, it's burning fast.